Reality television has seen its fair share of wardrobe malfunctions, some more disastrous than others. From a lost skirt to a simple forgotten accessory, here are some of the most talked about wardrobe malfunctions of reality TV. The year 2006, the show Dancing with the Stars, the contestant, High School Musical star Monique Coleman. While she was performing a jive routine with partner Louis Van Amstel, she ran into a snag. Coleman lifted her leg and the back of her heel got caught in her bright yellow skirt. The garment was yanked down and some of Coleman's backside was exposed. However, she didn't miss a step, spun around, and pulled up her skirt all at once. At the beginning of her routine, Coleman leapt off the stage into a waiting Van Amstel's arms, which she brought up during her post-performance interview.
I know that jump scared the everything out of you, didn't it? Yeah.
It scared my clothes off, apparently.
In the end, the judges raved at her performance, with Judge Len Goodman calling it the actor's best yet. She also received 9s across the board, which could have a lot to do with her amazing recovery. In 2018, during a Teen Mom 2 reunion special, Briana DeJesus and Kaylin Lowry got into a physical fight. During the altercation, Briana experienced a major wardrobe malfunction that she then became upset about. The ladies' problems began before the reunion even started. According to Hollywood Life, at one point while they were still backstage, Lowry asked a security person to let her hit Briana, quote, just once, which shows you how tense things were. Then when the reunion began, Briana came on stage in a fury. From there, security and others separated the women, but they had no interest in settling their differences peacefully. Briana's sister, Brittany DeJesus, then got involved by grabbing Lowry's hair, and that riled Briana up even more. Then, as security tried to hold Briana still, her dress got hiked up, flashing her underwear. Briana got upset with MTV for not censoring her exposed body parts, and tweeted, then deleted a message to the network. There were some who probably thought that Vanessa Lachey wore a special breakaway outfit for her quick step, but that wasn't the case. On week 6 of Dancing with the Stars season 25, Lachey and Maxim Shmerkovsky performed a routine to Let's Be Bad that took a turn they didn't expect. At one point, her long red skirt got caught in Shmerkovsky's legs and came right off. But did Lachey let on that anything was wrong? Not at all. And had she not told the audience what happened during her post-performance interview, it probably wouldn't have been discussed much. She told host Tom Bergeron,
What do you mean, ooh?
I swear that was not planned.
The judges praised Lachey for holding it together during her performance. And Judge Carrie-Ann Inaba said Lachey losing her skirt made her loosen up a bunch. Plus, she received a score of all 9s. The Real Housewives of New York City star Sonja Morgan can hardly be called bashful, but that doesn't mean she wanted to show her underwear to a room full of people, yet that's exactly what happened. In 2018, Morgan performed at New York City's Feinstein's 54 Below for her castmate Luann de Lesseps' cabaret show, joining in on a rendition of Money Can't Buy You Class. Morgan seemed to be having a high old time on stage, moving and grooving with the best of them, but it seems she grooved a little too much and danced right out of her dress. And this is all while castmates Dorinda Medley, Bethany Frankel, Carol Radziwill, and Ramona Singer were there to see the whole thing unravel, both the situation and the dress. Right away, Morgan grabbed the back of her outfit to hold it together and kept performing, but it came undone again a bit later. On the show, she joked,
"Give me a little credit, all my dresses are trained to come off after 11.
And that wasn't the first time Morgan suffered an issue with her clothing when people and cameras were around. In 2016, when she arrived on the blue carpet with Singer and Radziwill for the premiere of Bravo's Below Deck Mediterranean, Morgan's dress split open near her hip. Talk about having some bad luck with dresses. Hey, at least money can buy you an emergency sewing kit. Today, Lady Gaga is an international pop star and award-winning actor who probably couldn't even go to her mailbox without being hounded by large crowds. But in 2008, she was relatively unknown, and when Mother Monster appeared on The Hills in its 4th season, some of the show's stars, like Lauren Conrad and Whitney Port, were bigger celebrities than the singer was. During one episode of the MTV reality program, Gaga played an Interscope Records industry event at Area Nightclub in Los Angeles, but not before hitting a snag. Her zipper broke, and Conrad and Port used their fashion skills to fix it. At first, the situation seemed hopeless, and Port suggested the Bad Romance singer wear a jacket to cover the damage. But in the end, Conrad saved the day, which made for a very happy Gaga. She told Conrad, "You are Superwoman right now." Adam DeVello, the creator, said on the Bachelor Party podcast that, "We didn't even know who she was. We were like, what are we filming? What is this? We were just there. We didn't really know what we were doing." When walking into a new situation, one approach is to lay low until everyone starts to feel comfortable. But Jersey Shore's Deena Nicole Buckner did the opposite. In the first episode of the 3rd season, which was Buckner's first night in the house after replacing cast member Angelina Pavarnik, she got naked. It happened after she got sloshed playing Flip Cup at the house and went to look for her straw hat with Mike the Situation Sorrentino. Eventually, the hat was found, and to celebrate, Buckner wanted to rock her swimwear. She told MTV News, "Little did I know, I really didn't eat the entire day, so my little buzz turned into a quick little hammered. I wanted to show just my bikini, so I go to take off my dress, not realizing my bottoms were not there anymore, and came down with my dress."
You either love me or you hate me. Guys love me, a lot of girls hate me, but this is me.
Talk about making your mark upon entry. For any musician who's been performing for a while, they probably know there's a list of things they must be aware of to pull off a successful show. Things like making eye contact with the audience, moving around the stage, and doing whatever you can to prevent a wardrobe malfunction. That last item is something former Love and Hip Hop cast member Somaya Reece knows about. In a 2011 episode of Love and Hip Hop, Reece was performing at a packed venue when her pants ripped open at the top, exposing her stomach and underwear. The West Coast native didn't stop performing, however, and kept going as if her pants behaved properly. In fact, Reece was so into her performance, she had no idea that the top of her pants came undone. There were countless crazy moments on VH1's reality show Flavor of Love in the 3 seasons that it aired, and what happened to contestant Bunz fits right in there. During the series, which featured a group of women competing to win Flavor's heart, the contestants had to go against each other in various competitions. In one Season 3 episode, members of the cast had to tell a story to a room full of small children and dress in costumes while acting the story out. The women were split in teams, and Bunz's partners were Angela Miami Pitts and Mona Lisa Shy Brown. The story, which the ladies had to make up themselves, was pretty inventive and included a fairy princess who magically made gumdrops appear in the kids' hands. But there was also a Wicked Witch character, played by Bunz, who, while acting like she was being melted, fell to the floor, bent over, and accidentally showed her thong.
The witch started to melt and finally disappeared.
The kids are then seen gasping in shock, and Bunz's team lost because of the clothing faux pas. Bunz was eventually eliminated from the show. In the 4th episode of Project Runway Season 17, contestant and fashion designer Sonia Kasparian learned a very valuable lesson, and it's solid advice for all up-and-coming fashion designers as well. Be sure the model who's rocking your dress on the runway can walk in it. In the episode, designers were asked to create survival chic ensembles, and the models were asked to walk a makeshift runway on a campground. Kasparian designed a shimmery silver gown that billowed in the wind, and the model made quite the entrance when she took the runway. But then the model tripped. She might have thought her shoe got caught on something, or maybe the weather blew some debris her way since it was pretty nasty during taping. However, it was none of those things. In fact, the near fall was the result of a design error. Here's another piece of advice for fashion designers on the come-up. If your model falls, get up and help. which is something the Illinois native didn't do at first because she was in shock. During the show, she said,
I forgot that I haven't trimmed the hem of the dress in front for the shoes.
You're just watching your life flash before your eyes.
Was it a true wardrobe malfunction or was it planned? That was the big question after TV personality and celebrity drag queen Courtney Act lost her dress while coming on stage. Right before she entered the Celebrity Big Brother UK house in 2018, Act walked down a flight of stairs, waved to the audience, and took a tumble. Act, whose real name is Shane Jenik, was then practically naked. The RuPaul's Drag Race alum recovered, albeit slowly, by putting the dress back on and continuing to walk. Host Emma Willis was at a loss for words and wore a look on her face that seemed to be a mixture of shock and amusement. But Act's Celebrity Big Brother housemates were convinced the dress didn't fall by itself. So what did the Aussie celeb have to say about the fall and going almost nude in front of millions of viewers? She stated after winning Celebrity Big Brother UK,
"Of course it wasn't planned. I'm not going to flash my to the whole nation."
And later, the darn dress fell off again when Act finally got into the house. Now, this isn't typically what one would consider to be a wardrobe malfunction, but Us Weekly called it one after Paris Hilton had a scary accident. And hey, the incident did involve a piece of her wardrobe, so it definitely fits on this list. It all went down in 2004 at a ranch in Hernando County, Florida, when Hilton and Nicole Richie were filming The Simple Life 2 and were riding horses. Reportedly, Hilton opted to wear stiletto heels while she rode and accidentally kicked the animal, which made it take off. She screamed,
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, tell me to stop, tell me to stop.
As Us Weekly reported at the time, Hilton was airlifted to a hospital after she was knocked off of the horse. When doctors determined she wasn't seriously hurt, she was good to go. But here's the thing. Even though Hilton probably should have worn different footwear to ride, it wasn't her idea to nudge the horse with her heels. When she asked the instructor how to get the horse to go fast, he replied, quote, "Kick it."
I want to go really fast. How do you go fast?
Kick it.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.